guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be drawing Ayato, so I'm going to try my best to do him justice for today, and hopefully if you're summoning for him or you already summoned him, since this comes out on Wednesday, I wish you guys luck with pulls, or if you're saving for Venti or Ayaka, then I wish you luck for those. Good luck with future pulls, or if you already pulled, I hope you had wonderful luck for Ayato. So we are going to be drawing Ayato today. I feel like I haven't drawn Genshin in a while, like iPad drawing, really, that wasn't like sketching and stuff, so we'll see how this goes. I do have kind of a plan. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So I collect photos of flowers and stuff a lot on Pinterest. Some I keep in like in my inspiration folder, some I keep in color palettes and stuff, but I have some recent ones of more like, they look more like sakura blossoms, but I really like the color scheme of some of these. So really light pinks, some of them have like really pretty kind of like turquoisey blue, or some more pale blue, which I think will fit Ayato nicely. So I'll see if I can put kind of like a not so detailed background, but I will try to put a background that isn't like, you know, like the plain usual like kind of like solid color that I've been doing for some of the Genshin stuff. I've been working a lot more with trying to do a little bit more of like backgrounds and stuff in a lot of my VTuber artwork that I've been doing recently. So I'm gonna see if I can make it look a little bit more detailed, but I'm not gonna go super detailed like the ones I did for the VTuber ones because time, obviously. But yeah, I think we can get started. Yeah, but I have some inspo, mostly just the color palettes and the flowers on my phone. And let me show you guys one last thing. Come here, little dude. Okay. I am still working on Ayato. I still have to work on parts of his sleeve. He doesn't have his little armor here, but you can see this is where I'm at. I gave him a bubble tea, or like little boba for now. I do not know how I want to like specifically do his arms, so I haven't really attached him super sturdy. But yeah, he's quite long compared to Venti, but I think he looks kind of cute. So yeah, he can't stand quite yet because I need to put the stand behind his coat so that he can stand. But yeah, he's quite long, but hopefully he wishes you luck too. He's gonna lean against the wall. Let's see. So yeah, I did take a break from drawing briefly because I was drawing in my sketchbook a little bit more, and I think even the last stream I did, I was doing needle felting. So I feel a little rusty, so if this takes me a while to figure out how I want to draw Ayato, I apologize. I don't have like a particular pose, and sadly all of the ones that I think I want to do, I think a lot of people have done for Ayato. So maybe go a little bit smaller. I'm trying to basically do this drawing while maintenance is probably going to go up very soon. Like I said, I don't really have an exact plan. I kind of want to see if I can think of a pose that might work for his kind of demeanor. See how I can do this. Probably plop a hand right there. Prominent neck. I'm gonna try to shrink him a little bit more compared to the other ones that I've done, which is a much closer shot towards their face. Just because, like I said, I would like to put a little bit of effort into the background. He has really soft looking eyes that look a little droopy. I still think I struggle to draw Ayato, no matter how many times I've kind of just doodled him a little bit. Well, I've been looking at it quite a bit since I've been needle felting him. Yeah, I really don't know how I want to approach this. Trying to make sure I'm not following too much of my sketch initially, because I did give him a much like shorter, rounder face, and Ayato does have more of that kind of bishonen, I guess. Yeah, I really don't know how I wanna do his eyes. Definitely has a more kind of like softer demeanor in a sense, but not like entirely, because like I said, I feel like he's like looks like a cinnamon roll kind of thing, but probably can kill you. Bring this in, maybe. I feel like sometimes when I draw 3/4, I make the face a little bit thin, because that makes the placement of the ear quite off. So I'm making him face this side, mostly because I want to make his mole visible. So I kind of use the preliminary sketch just for like a general guide. Because I do want to render a hand, just because I do like his black gloves. We'll see how this goes. And then get his hair in here, so hairline. Let me get a little bit more of the back of the skull here, kind of get our hairline back. I honestly can't wait for him. Super excited. Because this video will come out on Wednesday, I'll leave something in the description or in a pinned comment regarding maybe how many primos it takes me, because I do have a lot of primos saved up. Because I didn't really summon anytime after Ito. Excuse me. I feel like really unprepared to draw Ayato today. I do have like a little model turnaround saved on my phone, like from, I think it's from like a leak or something. Just in case, because I honestly do not know how to draw his hair in a way that makes sense in my brain. Because I definitely want to try my best to make sure it reads as him. Okay. Get his nice collar into here. Like any kind of like giant collar like this reminds me of Howl. I think I should have done like a rough sketch earlier. I'm trying to plan out the composition because I don't know if I like this. Okay, I'm gonna throw the hand in after. I'm gonna think about this. I kind of wanted to add more of like wind and stuff maybe, so he can move his hair and his jacket a little bit, or his coat, but I think for the sake of this, maybe I'll do another piece in the future. Besides that, I made his fingers extremely long. So let's shorten this. I need to visualize the hand a little bit better. Hands will always forever be a struggle for me. Whether it's just the size of it or making it not look like just sausage fingers. I think the easiest way to think about fingers is kind of like this. Right? Kind of like little tubes, so you can kind of see where they connect. Kind of thing. Like that. I know a lot of people do it different ways, but I think that's the easiest way for me to visualize it if I want to do hands or fingers that bend. But because of that, the hands look stiff. Is it because I have it flipped? I don't think so. I think I'm more comfortably drawing, like I draw the hand facing this way usually. It's okay, we'll fix it after, which is bad of me to do, but sometimes rendering it or like being able to flesh it out to a certain point helps a little bit because I can focus on shapes and forms rather than lines, which I'm doing right now when I'm sketching. This part is round. I have to make sure I include this into Ayato's little needle felted figure. I don't know what to call those needle felted things that I do occasionally. Also in the Ayato figure that I made, like the needle felted one, I did make him a little bit more blue rather than like the purpley blue. Because I don't have that color. But I've been listening to 17 songs again because I'm waiting for the delayed viewing again. Because a lot of my screenshots from the... what is it called? The fan meeting was not saved because I ran out of space on my iPad. When Smile Flower plays. It's pain. Yeah, we'll clean up his face afterwards before we start coloring, so I can just throw in everything in first. So it kind of ends here. And the reason why I'm not going to put as much detail as the VTuber one is just like I said, if I'm doing it for a video, I do want to limit the time a little bit. Because, or it's just an unbearable amount of footage. And so much is going to have to be cut out, which is why I like to put those ones as more like time lapses. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to try my darndest to make sure that he looks pretty. Don't mind doing this just because like this part is black. Put some petals into here and then I will add some into the foreground and more in the background. I'll probably add like a whole thing of foliage in the back if I have the... well, I guess I have to do it now since I'm considering the sketch pretty much done. The Ayato model. So, okay, what I'm gonna do first, I guess, clean up as much as I can before we duplicate. I also want to say that when I duplicate the layer, it's not like a necessary step. Heck, everything I'm doing isn't really like a necessary step, so you can curate and tailor the process to however you like. Because I feel like some things I do is redundant, but it's out of habit. So it's like, if you see me do something and it doesn't make sense to you, you don't need to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm keeping the second one as kind of like a safety net. I'm gonna set the first one to multiply so we can color underneath, and the sketch can change alongside. So I'm gonna make it a little bit more vibrant, a little warmer, and let's add a background. So I'm gonna take a look at this Pinterest photo. I'm gonna be using this one specifically as inspo. So let's drop first a very light blue. I do want it to read a little bit more, yeah, tealy or a little bit more green. It's gonna be a bit hard for you guys to see for a little bit until I can get everything looking kind of correct. And I am gonna be using Gaussian Blur to make sure things are kept kind of in the background. So let's do Gaussian Blur a little bit. I'm gonna add a new layer, and what I'm gonna do is take almost like a grayish purpley blue color first. We can get more into more of a branch color afterwards, but we're just gonna pop some branch-like elements into here. We actually got snow yesterday, so apologies if you can hear someone what sounds like shoveling. This is more of a tedious process. Then the lighter pink. Like I said, if I gave myself more time, I'd probably properly do a background and then carefully blur things out, but I'm pretty much gonna blur all of these. Put in the centers of these. I know the center is usually like a yellow. So maybe some of these I'll add a bit of a really bright yellow into it. Because I mostly pick more of like a purpley, grayish color for the branches just because it was more predominantly blue, but I think it's okay if we add something a little bit more saturated here. Yeah, I don't know if I like this. So let's kind of thin it out. Maybe I'll put a branch in the front, so this will look a little less janky, but I think for now I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna merge these. I'm gonna add maybe an addition layer. Where do I want the light to come from? Okay, maybe I forgot about one thing. So before I merge these, okay, I'm gonna merge these together actually. Make a new layer. Go addition. And I'm gonna lock, or not lock this. We're gonna layer clip it to my branches. Let's add more of a blue light maybe? We'll see how this looks. It reads really white. It's not exactly what I want, but use a little bit of Gaussian Blur. And we'll adjust the saturation so I can find what looks nicer. I think the blue works the best, honestly. So I'm gonna merge that down and then merge these down. Make a new layer and we can start coloring in Ayato. So I'm kind of keeping the background on a separate layer just so we can fuss with Ayato's colors separately. And we can add effects and stuff afterwards if we really need to. Which I probably will to make a little bit more of an intense shadow. And I might add one effect, like a multiply layer afterwards, after I finish rendering all of him. Just because it makes a little bit more sense. He also doesn't have that much of a skin being exposed. So, gonna lock that to make it a little bit easier. I'm gonna try to make pink a little bit cooler. I missed a few pixels here, that's okay. Because our light's a little bit more intense, I'm gonna try my best to make these shadows make sense. So I do usually 3 colors for shadow. So I do like a lighter color, which is this base, this kind of pinky color. Then I do another more intense one, which I'm usually upping the saturation a lot more too, just because I like adding warmth to the face. And then after that I'll dull it a bit by adding kind of like almost a purple to the skin tone if it allows it. Coming from the upper right, shadow would be a little bit lower. But just kind of like a light layer of purple, just to make the shadow look a little bit more intense, but like adding a little bit more color as well. So this is basically what I just explained. It's kind of like the short version of what I do for skin, because sometimes I don't know why I do the things I do, so. Okay, let's darken up his eye line. Get the sides of the eyes. And most likely the pupil. I once again put the highlight in the wrong spot. Because if the light's shining from here, it should hit here. This one turned more brown for some reason. Okay, hair color, hair color. Let's move on to hair color. So... I think this one fits. So I'm gonna do is block in a good chunk of his hair. Sometimes I block in all of it, but if I know I need to change the color partway through, I might as well change it. There is light hitting this side, but also since this is lower being covered, I don't want it to be hit completely. I hope farming artifacts for him won't be a pain. I mean, usually is, but maybe I'll get better luck. Cluster of hair that I wish I kind of drew a little bit better, because I kind of just omitted it. But we'll make sense of it after. Okay, let's drop in the highlights so I can fiddle around with the colors a little bit more. A little bit of yellow. And a little bit of almost like a white teal. Because we're going pretty light with this, but I'll add a little bit of yellow probably too. And the highlights. I guess that's like the problem with filming the screen, is that I won't, like, pretty much the camera will never pick up the same color as my screen. Because now it looks too vibrant. Oh, let me show you an example if I have it, what it looks like if you don't like the color scheme that you have, or like you want to fix the lighting and stuff. There is a way to do it. Because for this one, which I really like the end product of, if you can click on Wahoo, this one, like I said, it doesn't really that well on camera. The colors look really nice together, I think, but originally this is what it looked like. Oops, not this scarf. This. You can see it was like overly pink, and I didn't really like it, but then changing it with a few effects like multiply, overlay. I think it was mostly overlay that I used, but I was able to get kind of this color scheme going. Yeah, I think he's looking quite pretty. I do want to add more colors into his hair, so we're going to slowly do that. Inside is kind of like the dark, I don't know what you call this, like a royal blue, a navy, a purple, I have no idea. The one I've chosen is a little too bright. I'm gonna add shadows before we move on. Just a little bit here and there. These are also supposed to be white. A little bit lighter. We have gold trim, so I don't need to stay on the lines. As soon as I finish coloring Ayato, I'm definitely gonna try to finish the felt Ayato. Just remember also, because I know there's a lot of misconceptions about this, because the way how I described it, or the way I say it, sounds like rendering is like some kind of technique. It's not. It's just the process of trying to finish something up to a certain like quality or level, or to a level of finish. So when people say that they want me to teach them how to render, there is no specific way, because it's all preference of how you want to finish your drawing. Also, it's like different level of finishes exist. Okay, so I think for the most part we have like a general gist of all this. I'm going to add more intense shadows so we can kind of push the lighting a little bit, but I'm going to do that after we clean up and make things look a little bit softer. So I'll do it after I merge stuff. So let's first clean up any of these unnecessary lines. Add. Okay, still, we're gonna soften these. So I'm gonna grab kind of the skin tone. It's a little bit darker than whatever skin tone you have, and you wanna go over your lines so that they kind of become softer. And I love doing this for the hair because it really makes it look like it's a little bit more airy, a lot softer, and doesn't make it look too harsh around the face area. Yeah, there's actually not too much to change. So I think for the most part we're good to go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is merge down. So now that Ayato is all in one layer, I can now make a new layer. Change this one to multiply. And we're gonna add kind of like a light layer purple, I think. Adjust this so that it makes sense. Because if you just do a harsh shadow all the way across, it doesn't really make sense. So I'm doing like all this prep before we get into the bigger bulk of trying to color all this in. What I'm gonna do is, oops, so you can see if I don't glare clip it, you can see where I've kind of went out of bounds, I guess, in a sense. To clip that, I'm gonna make it a little bit darker and a little bit more cooler. Look at this side a little bit more. Okay, and then one thing I want to do is to make one more layer, and we're going to do an addition. And this we can add more intense lighting. So we did more of a blue lighting, right? I don't know if I like it. We'll stick with a yellow maybe for now. So I'm going to do rim lighting first, because I do think this is too intense, because it basically reads too much as white, which I don't want. Kind of like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is merge them in order. So multiply first, because it's closest to my base. And then we're going to merge this one down, and we can start to render. I feel like this is always risky, because sometimes I like my sketch so much. I don't need to get rid of like all the lines, I guess, if that makes sense. Do you want to fix the shape of his nose? But Saturday, I don't think I have a video planned, but I might do another sketching session, because I haven't had time to draw the Carrot Land stuff that I want. Kind of have to liquefy that eyebrow so that they look similar. Okay, let's do the other. I guess I don't. Sometimes I ignore the eye a lot. Sometimes I like the lines in the eyes, and sometimes I really render it out. I do want it to be more of a pink, very rose quartz and serenity color scheme here. which makes my carrot heart happy. Did I talk about Tears of Themis last time? I don't remember. I'm literally 7 away from the guaranteed SSR. But I don't want to waste any more of my S-chips because I want to save for Artem's birthday banner, which is coming up probably next. Makes me sad because I do like the cards from the Electrifying Night. But luckily Artem's is free. Kind of an extra... I'll probably do this on the other side though, but kind of an extra strands. I can kind of catch the light a little bit. I feel like the hair is going a little too smoothly. I feel like I struggle more usually. Like I said, the way how I parted his hair in a certain way, it's not too bad. I might open up the second view too. Reference? I keep forgetting it does that. Will it turn around if I do this? Okay, cool. Just so we can keep an eye on this. Because, I don't know. I don't know if do I like it or do I hate it? I think that's why I don't really like his mouth. I think this needs to be pushed up more for it to make sense. Guess I'll bring back some of the highlights here. Maybe I'll leave these a little bit more bunched up. I think it does look a little bit cuter. I have done these ones anyways. Okay, and then on the center here, it does have like a little bit... I didn't do this on his sleeves. But he does have these little tied up parts. Oh, my brightness is pretty much up to max and I can't see. I need to like crack open a window or something because my room gets dusty so fast. I think it's also because there's no air circulating. Or would outside air cause more dust? I love Wahoo's part in Manse. That's the thing I miss sometimes. I miss that experience of the very first comeback of a group's debut. Like, you know, a group that just debuted. They get their first comeback. It's so exciting. So I've been getting this question a lot more frequent nowadays. I don't know why with the influx of this question, but people have been asking if I'm gonna change my iPad. And for now, I don't think I am. I think for the most part, like, I have no plans of changing it just because, like, if my iPad still works, what's the point of upgrading it kind of thing. Well, my room's getting too hot. It's definitely getting towards that temperature. We're around 4 to like 5:30, no, like 4 to 6, I think. It's really hot in my room because it faces the sun as it's setting or getting lower in the day. Shot over here, fix up these lines, and then I think I still have the other lapel to fix up a little bit. Is that called a lapel? I don't know. Yeah, I think he's mostly done. Like I said, I was supposed to add maybe a screen to do the patterning on his lapel, but screen kind of makes it a little bit lighter. It's kind of like, I feel like screen's like the opposite of multiply, so that's why I'm using screen, because it still takes in consideration what the colors look like underneath. Kind of like this. It kind of goes into gold part a lot earlier. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is lighten this so it's not too prominent. Maintenance still has a few more hours left, so I'll definitely put in the description or a pinned comment whether or not, or how long it taken me to get Ayato. Like I said, I'm hoping he comes home early. Okay, yeah, I think that is it. So we can go back to this layer, grab our petal colors. I don't like this. Okay, now we can grab our petal colors and add in our petals. Add more white ones here as well. Trying to find places that I don't like. I don't really care whether or not they're super covered up. Okay, let's move these around a little bit so that they're not too in the way. I'll like slowly pick some of these to if I need to move them. Kind of like that. Ah, I should probably put the background in here too. I haven't done this before, so we'll see how this works. I'm gonna duplicate this whole group. I'm gonna flatten it and then blur it. And then use a soft brush to really just kind of like this. Kind of have him in the focus. Everything else is kind of more softly blurred. I think it looks kind of pretty like this. I don't know if you guys can tell. I think I like it like this, so I think I'm gonna leave it. So without the blur, but with the blur, hopefully you guys can tell. Yeah, I kind of like it like this. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. Good luck with your rolls, and I will do a quick little time lapse. If I can get rid of this. Okay, here we go. And I'll put the full time lapse or not the full time lapse, the 30-second time lapse on the screen as well right after this. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video of me drawing Kamisato Ayato from Genshin Impact. I'm super excited for him to finally be playable and released, so you get to see more of him, and I'm just ready to throw all my primos for him and his weapon. I have everything ready for him so far other than like some of the materials that you can't get quite yet. So yeah, I think that's basically it. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll probably talk to you guys, what am I talking about? Talk to you guys next time. Actually, I'm kind of curious on how long this has taken. 3 hours. Actually, a lot shorter than I thought. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys next time in another video. Bye!